First of all, it's so crazy how I'm in the house and when it's time for me to go live, I'm like, going live. It's so unnecessary. But sometimes mommy will call out my name and be like, and that's just me letting her know that if she calls me or needs me, it's not that I'm ignoring. I am just not available. Okay. Anyway, welcome back to Antonia's Blissful Corner. Can you imagine that we are celebrating day 19? It's been 19 days, my lord. And to think, I really and truly thought that this wasn't going to happen, but here we are. I'm excited. So, as I said, this is day 19, and this 25-day challenge was something that I kind of had doubts about. I'm not going to say I thought that I couldn't do it, but I'm doing it. Like I'm going live every day now. I'm thinking, maybe I'll do the full 50 as suggested by Michael Zuber. That is who I borrowed this from because I caught an episode of him on the Think Media podcast, and he suggested that going live, helps with the nonsense. The things that I think is the things that cause us to be hesitant about doing it, right? Whether it is the lighting or the background or the technical stuff or the editing. Going live is basically one and done. There's no delay. So, anyway, here we are. And I have been home from Jamaica for a few days now, and I'm still holding on to that nice, calm, peaceful energy that I picked up in Jamaica. That's why I love going home because it is so wonderful. So let me tell you something though. Like while I was there, I made a very conscious decision to disappear without disappearing. I took my quiet time seriously. This is the first time that I've been to Jamaica in a number of years with a group. And in previously, like it was with family. This time it was with my mentorship community family, right? And some of them I've seen before in person. Some of them, this was my first time meeting them in person. We see each other for the most part every week on Zoom. Um, but sometimes you don't know like what people are going to be in person. So that's always my thing. Like, oh my God. But it was good. I did take my quiet time very seriously. There were moments when I would just slip away, whether it's to my room, to a different place. Sit out on my balcony, listen to the ocean, or just simply breathe in silence. It was wonderful, and I'm looking forward to my next trip. No apologies, no explanations, just peace. Peace is so wonderful. But it wasn't just physical space that I needed. I also needed to give myself digital space. And for once, I did not check text messages. Not that I do that frequently anyway, but um, when you're away, it's a time when you actually do have time to do things. But I decided that I wasn't checking messages, I wasn't checking emails. I was off. Like I really and truly vacated. And it was great, right? I was hardly on Instagram or TikTok. I think I mentioned it before, but I'll say it again now. Like for my introvert content, there are some things that I record and schedule via the software Metricool. It's amazing. I basically for on the Introvert Whisperer Instagram channel and TikTok, I schedule a lot of stuff like either a week in advance or a month in advance. Um, the daily ones, like the daily messages, are recorded daily. But you know what I did? I took off. The really and truly the only social app that I was consistently on was YouTube, and that's because of my 25-day um, go live journey. The reality of it is, if I wasn't doing that, then I probably would have done my other messages. But I decided, you know what, this is this will do for now, right? I gave myself permission to let it be that, right? And It was good. It felt really good, like really, really good. And I'm excited. The old me would have been panicking, like, oh my God, what if someone needs me? Or, which that doesn't happen. Or, should I at least respond so that so that they don't think I'm ignoring them? But I really didn't check. I didn't check notifications. I didn't scroll to see who was messaging, nothing. I just felt like I was away and I earned that time. And so I basically disconnected. When I landed back in New York last week, um, that is when I responded to everybody. Right? I said, "Hey, just come back," because the reality of it is, I feel like we do ourselves a disservice by choosing to be so tethered to the phone that we don't even get a chance to disconnect, and just be like, you don't. I feel like sometimes some of us feel like we have to be on. We don't have to be. Like, we can choose to be on, but we can also choose to be off. I chose to be off, and it was good. It was very good. And the truth is, I wasn't ignoring anyone for real though. I decided to just listen to myself. I'm learning that it's okay to disconnect from the noise, to reconnect with your peace, because sometimes we're so busy staying available that we forget to stay aligned. Right? Quiet isn't avoidance, it's alignment. So taking space doesn't mean you don't care. It means that you're wise enough to know when your soul needs a break from notifications and noise. Right? Um, sometimes I see people like they're scroll, even on vacation. I saw people like, I had my phone, but it's because I was taking pictures and videos and stuff. Like, as far as going in and looking to see who whatsoever have you, I didn't do that. And if I were to go next week, I would do it the same way. Like, from now on, anytime I go on vacation, that's what I'm doing. If I'm visiting family, like if I go away and I'm just visiting family, then I don't mind. But if I'm going on vacation, that's what I'm gonna do. Because guess what? Social media will survive without you. For real. For me, it did for all those years before I got on it, and it will, right? Because your followers, your groups, your chats, and even your favorite meme pages, they will still be there when you return. It's kind of like pausing something and knowing that when you return, it'll be exactly where you left it. And guess what? No one's gonna be there looking like, where's she at? No one will. So, no apologies for peace. I used to feel bad for not responding right away to messages if I saw them. Because the reality of it is, sometimes even when I'm home, if I'm busy and I see a message come in, I choose not to look at it because I know that I don't have the time to attend to it, or sometimes I just don't have the energy. And I used to feel bad. And like sometimes, like if some hours pass and a day pass and 2 days pass, then I feel guilty. I would feel guilty for not responding right away. And now I see that rest doesn't need justification. Sometimes silence is the best self-care, right? So know that you do not need permission to disconnect. You do not need permission to not respond to messages right away, because I mean, what about you? What about you? Like, I think my head is down too low. But you have to consider you, your health, your peace. That's all I'm saying. Breaking routine without breaking down. So on this trip, I decided that, the routines, sometimes you just got to get rid of them and start new ones. Because sometimes you just need to basically change it up a bit so that it's not boring or monotonous. Like, you want to basically like just try something different. And on this trip, I also didn't do morning affirmation messages. And for once, I didn't feel guilty about it. There have been times when, so, I've been doing my messages for about 2 years now, I think. And there were some times like when I missed days. I remember there was a point in time, I think this year, I had a few days off. And I decided to try to really be off. And I felt bad, like, ooh, right? Because I'm like, oh, and I don't even know why, but I did. I did feel bad. And I don't know, like when I look back, I realized how it used to mess with me, how I used to feel guilty about not being there and doing my morning posts. And sometimes, even when I'm late doing it in the day, I felt bad. But I realized that pausing isn't quitting, it's honoring your energy. Sometimes I think we give ourselves too much pressure to show up and always be on, when in reality, it is healthy to be off. Vacation is healthy. That's why we have vacation days, paid vacation days. It's healthy to be off. So give yourself grace to not always basically be going, going, going. Give yourself grace to stop. I was that person who was always going, going, going and felt like, no, 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 they need me. And I realized, you know what, girl? You need you. So, yeah, that's where I'm at now. And now, I brought the lesson back home because now that I am home, that peaceful mindset is with me. And that is something that I've learned that I cannot unlearn. So I'm looking forward to going on vacation, like real vacation, and choosing to basically disconnect because then I don't feel the pressure of doing it. I mean, to be fair, I really don't like social media. I really don't like it. I do it because I know that it's necessary for growth and for sharing. But if I had a choice, I wouldn't do it. Um, I mean, there's some fun things that I like to share. I took a ton of videos and pictures. Oh Lord, some great pictures. I didn't share any. I think I might have shared a few, but yeah, at some point I will, but I didn't. That's how off I was. So yeah, excuse me. The reality of it is I know that I do not have to be plugged in all the time. I can choose stillness and feel confident doing it. Okay. So if you have ever been feeling like you need to step back from people, from social media, from the noise, this is your sign to do it. You do not owe anyone constant access to your peace. Please take time to nurture yourself, stay healthy, and protect your calm. Guilt free. Who's going to charge you? Are you going to get a ticket in the mail? You cannot pour from you cannot pour into others if you're running on fumes. That's the reality, right? And so just know that breaks are healthy, and when you take a break, you come back stronger. It's kind of like a car that's an old car that sometimes you just gotta park it, give it a break, maybe a tune-up, and it'll be fine. So before you go, please remember to grab my book, Unlocking the Introvert, a pocket guide to understanding and interacting with introverts. It is available at Society of Introverts, Amazon, and everywhere books are sold online. It is the perfect companion for anyone learning to embrace their quiet strength without apology. It also makes for a good little gift for someone who's extroverted and would like to learn more about introverts. I'm just saying. So, thank you for joining me today. And if this is your first time, kindly subscribe to my channel and follow me on this journey of life. So, this was my 25-day sprint. I'm on day 19, tomorrow will be 20. And I guess towards the end of the week, I'll decide whether or not I'm going to make it the full 50, like Michael Zuber had suggested. But yes, so please like and share this video with someone who it will benefit. And I will see you tomorrow for day 20 of 25. We're almost there. We're getting closer and closer to the finish line or the starting line, depending on if we do more. Anyway, take care. Thank you very much.